Today I just wanted to make a video talking about this question here. So in class we've already talked about the parts of a cell, the organelles, and all of their functions, what they do for the cell. Now it's time to take it a step further. These organelles don't all just work independently and do their own job. Their jobs will build off of each other. They work together to keep the cell functioning. So let's answer this question here. It says, explain the functions of the ribosome, Golgi body, and ER. Then explain how each of these organelles work together in a cell and what they do for the cell. Explain how they work and cannot function without each other. This is a multi-step question. This requires some pre-writings for you to gather your thoughts so that when you are answering it, you know exactly what you want to say. So I think a great way to do some pre-writing would be a graphic organizer. Since this question asks about ribosomes, Golgi bodies, and ER, it talks about what they do independently and then how they work together. I think a great graphic organizer would be a three-way Venn diagram. So I made a Venn diagram right here, and I will zoom out so you can see the whole thing. Go ahead and feel free to pause the video so that you can draw this along with me. I think this would be very helpful so you can understand what I'm doing. So make one circle ribosome, one circle ER, and then this one's the Golgi body. To review how a Venn diagram works, the chunks that are out here, this is just Golgi body, just ER, just ribosome. This overlap here would be between Golgi body and ER. This would be between ribosome and Golgi body. This would be between ribosome and ER. And then the middle here is for all three. Okay, so take a second, draw this out, pause the video if you need to. I'm jumping right into it now. So starting with the functions of all of the organelles. Let's go with ribosome first. So we learned that the ribosome has the job of making proteins. I also like to write in here where the ribosome is. Well, there's a couple places they could be. Some float in the cytoplasm. And there's some on the ER. I'll also go ahead and draw a little ribosome here. In our representations of the cell, the pictures that I show you in class, they're generally represented by these little dots. This would be a ribosome. I also think that I'd like to include who has ribosomes. Are they in just prokaryotes or just eukaryotes, or are they in both? The answer is that they are in eukaryotes and prokaryotes. This also means that they are in plants and animals, because plants and animals are both examples of eukaryotes. They're in all cells. Okay, let's go ahead and come over here to the ER and talk about just the ER for a second. So ER is short for endoplasmic reticulum. The job of the endoplasmic reticulum, the ER, is to transport proteins. So we use the word proteins here and over in ribosome. And lipids to the Golgi body. There are two types of ER that we talked about. One is rough, and the other one is smooth. The rough ER has ribosomes on it, and the smooth does not. The rough part makes proteins because it has ribosomes on it. go ahead and switch pens real quick. I will pause. Okay, I apologize for the change in ink color. That pen ran out, so I've switched and now let's continue. So, like I was saying, the rough ER makes proteins, the smooth ER makes lipids. Now I'll go ahead and draw it. So we know that in the cell, in eukaryotic cells, we have the nucleus here in the middle. That's what holds all the DNA. So I'll put an N for nucleus. Then around the nucleus, we see this stuff that looks really layered, sometimes kind of wavy like this. That is your ER. And then there's parts of it that have all these little ribosomes on it. So I'll just go ahead and make it half and half. This side would be rough ER, and this side would be smooth ER. So, like I said, this is in eukaryotic cells because there's a nucleus and the ER is a membrane-bound organelle. So I'm going to say only in eukaryotes. All right, pause if you need to finish writing any of that down. I am moving on to Golgi Body. Okay, so down here for Golgi Body, let's talk about what it does. So a Golgi Body packages, sorts, and ships proteins and lipids to their final destinations. In a cell, you would see it drawn as this kind of layered, something kind of like this. Something like that, just out floating in the cell. It's usually kind of pinkish colored. Okay. So we've talked about the jobs of all three of these organelles, and we've already started to see some connections. We saw the word proteins appear, and then proteins, and it takes it to the Golgi Body. And the Golgi Body ships everything to its final destination. Okay, so let's talk about how they're connected. Well, we saw proteins and proteins here, so in here I'm going to say involved with proteins. This is between ribosome and ER. I'm also going to write involved with proteins between ribosome and Golgi Body. Okay. Now, between ER and Golgi Body, that's going to have a little bit more. So here I'm going to say that they both talk about transporting, they both talk about shipping proteins and lipids. They are both only in eukaryotes. So I can go ahead and cross off my only in eukaryotes up here. That goes here. And they're what is called membrane networks. They are membrane-bound organelles. That's why they're only in eukaryotes. Okay, now let's see how all three of them are connected. So all three of them are in eukaryotes, because we said that ribosomes were also in eukaryotes. And they are all involved with proteins. Take a second to finish writing that down. Now what I'd like to do is to make a story. How does this really work in the cell? Let's start at the beginning. Let's start at the ribosome. So I'm going to say that the ribosome is like me. I am a ribosome. But instead of making proteins, I'm making a letter. I'm writing a letter and I want to send it out to somebody. So that letter is my protein. So I'll put that here. And if I want to ship my letter, I take it to the mail carrier, to the post office. So I take my letter to this mail carrier, and then this mail carrier is going to then ship it to the post office, which would be the Golgi Body. So I'm going to write down here, my letter is the protein, and the Golgi Body is the post office. And then eventually the post office will ship my letter to where it needs to go. It will take it to the correct place. So I tried zooming out so you can see the whole thing, and then I will focus my camera so that you can pause and make sure that you have everything. So go ahead, pause here. Make sure you have everything written down before I continue on the back. Okay, so if that representation, if me talking through it, didn't really make sense for you, let's go ahead and try summarizing what I just said. So I said that the ribosome makes a protein. That's the first thing that happens. Okay, the ribosome makes a protein. That was kind of like me writing a letter. Then the ER transports that protein to the Golgi Body. It ships it. Let's make sure we're a little bit. There you go. That was kind of like the mail carrier taking my letter to the post office. And then third, the Golgi Body transports or ships the protein to its final destination. That's kind of like the letter is shipped to the correct address. So I made an analogy to explain how all of these things are working. Okay? In this example, Mrs. Witten is the ribosome. The letter was the protein. The mail carrier was the ER. And the post office, so I'll say from post office, is the Golgi Body. If you go back to that question